In this video, we will explain how a motor carrier audit is conducted. So, who gets audited by motor carrier services, and why do they get audited? All audits are selected at random unless there is a specific trigger for the audit, such as if the account has not previously been audited, if a referral was given from an SCDMV branch office, if the account reflects all zeros across jurisdictions, if the account reflects no tax liabilities, or if the account reports an extremely high or extremely low miles per gallon for their unit's weight classification. Out of all the IRP and IFTA accounts managed by the SCDMV, 3% of those must be audited every year. Of those, a certain percentage of audited accounts are what we call low distance, medium distance, or high distance, depending on the amount of miles reported throughout the reporting period. The reason that the SCDMV audits motor carriers is to ensure compliance with the regulations laid out by IFTA and IRP, as well as to ensure proper collection of revenues related to motor carrier registration and fuel use taxes, which is made possible through accurate reporting by the carriers. If you are selected for audit, you will receive a notification of intent to audit letter, which provides you with some information about the kinds of records to prepare. There is also a pre-audit questionnaire that asks for information such as basic company information, your scope of operations, any changes in your operations or personnel during the audit period, some questions about your record-keeping system, and who the audit contact person will be. All motor carriers sign the Form MC7 when opening a new account with the SCDMV. This form is an agreement to prepare and maintain the various kinds of records that would be asked of you in the case of an audit. These details include specifications for how to maintain distance and GPS records, documentation of over-the-road fuel purchases and bulk fuel storage and purchases, and retaining all of these records. It is strongly encouraged to read this document carefully so that you may be as prepared as possible for an audit. Your records do not have to be in any particular format, but they must include the dates of trips, including start and end dates, trip origins and destinations, the routes of travel, that is, highway numbers, odometer readings from the beginning and end of trips, the total distance of the trip or trips, the unit number or VIN of your vehicles, the driver's name, and the distances traveled by jurisdiction. Like distance records, many of the required GPS records can be captured by your electronic logging device, or ELD. Among the things you need to keep record of are original GPS data for each vehicle in your fleet, the dates and times of each GPS reading, beginning and ending of trip odometer readings, the distances between each GPS reading, the route of travel, the total trip distance, fleet summaries, the vehicle's unit numbers or VINs, and the distance traveled by jurisdiction. For over-the-road fuel purchases, you will need to provide proof of purchase. This can include receipts, invoices, credit card receipts, or automated vendor-generated invoices and transaction listings for tax-paid credit. Receipts, invoices, and transaction listings for over-the-road fuel purchases must include the date of the purchase, the name and address of the seller, the number of gallons purchased, the type of fuel purchased, the price per gallon, the unit number or VIN of the vehicle into which the fuel was pumped, and the purchaser's signature. If you maintain bulk fuel storage, your records must contain the same kind of information as is required for over-the-road fuel purchases. In addition to an audit, there is something called a records review, which is essentially like a mini audit. It is an evaluation of your record-keeping system to ensure compliance with the requirements of IRP. The main differences between audits and records reviews are that records reviews focus only on the adequacy of your internal controls and on the compliance of your distance accounting system. A records review may be limited in scope as compared with a full audit. It may be conducted before your first annual registration renewal, and a records review will not result in fee adjustments. Thank you for watching. For more information or other questions, please reach the Motor Carrier Information Center at 806-896-3870.